the South Maui District. Don, South Maui's population is forecast to grow. How do you see your district being able to deal with such rapid growth, draining the roadways, housing inventories, the filled elementary schools, no high school yet, and crime in area parks?
Thank you. Is this on? All right. Well, all of Maui is projected to grow and grow pretty big, pretty quick. So in South Maui, we have come up with the Maui Island Plan, and in South Maui, we set the areas where we want development to go. Right now, we have approved somewhere around 1,800 homes in South Maui, 600 of which are being sold. Actually, a little bit more than that, we got some rentals. So we're going as the best as the council can. We also have to deal with the extremely high cost of roads. Our water and our sewer, we're not at capacity, and the council is working on coming up with the fee structures to make sure that the water doesn't run out and that the sewer doesn't run out. Schools, we keep encouraging the Department of Education to get the schools coming in. We're trying to work with some developers to build it, kind of like companies. And parks, we just, the more people we get, the more we have to get more police officers to take a look at both park rangers. We have a park ranger program. Those are some of the things that it takes a while to have that happen, and we're slowly building that up.
Thank you, Don. Kelly, same question. South Maui's population is forecasted to grow. How do you see your district being able to deal with such rapid growth, draining roadways, housing inventories, elementary and high school, and crime in area?
And actually, we're doing much better on schools right now. More than I think we're doing. 2,000 people are coming in the schools, so the population in the schools, we have some problems on that. EHR in school standards, especially, that gives us some leeway in the high schools coming in information. Specifically, what we need to work on now is infrastructure, and we also need to work on, which means roads and housing, of course, but we also need to work on wastewater facilities and what's happening with our shoreline. We have some of the worst water on the island in Kihei, right around Cove Park, due to the effluent that's coming out of the wastewater facilities. There are some solutions that have been proposed, but they're falling on deaf ears right now. And so we really need to get involved in that and save our youth that way. As far as roads, we need to look at that the upper road, which they're calling P Line Malka, and a lot of the development is using the idea of P Line Malka, but it hasn't been mapped out yet. So I think what's going to happen in our community, and I've been talking to people in the community, talking to the Community Association Board, that we do want to get involved, but we want to help set priorities as we review our community plan. But we need to know those ideas are going to be effective. And we need to know that what we come up with in the review is going to have the force and effect of a real guideline, which hasn't been done so far. And that's why we almost got the Promenade Mall, in an area that's supposed to be light industrial. So I see potential for real collaboration with developers on affordable housing. I'm talking to developers across the county, and they do want to be involved, have ideas. People in the parks, so talk to park rangers who have ideas about bringing on others and having some part-time work, cleaning up the parks. We need to start listening to them and create these programs.
This question is going to go to you, the second one. Individuals, families, and communities in our social service agencies are stressed to the max. What are your plans to address the considerable burdens on our Maui social infrastructure? And the second part of it, are you willing to raise property taxes to fund your proposals?
Well, thank you so much for the question. I agree that social services are not currently keeping up with demand. And it's interesting that none of the forums up till now have actually mentored into services. We've all on different topics. So it's good that we have a sense of interest in my community, things like domestic violence, also activity. There's a lot of stress put on other households, and these also involve these things. I really feel like we have a very good core network of nonprofits. I've worked with a lot of them. I was on the board of the Law Learning Center for 8 years. I've worked with Big Brothers and Sisters. I've worked with Mental Health Kukua. And I think that the first thing we need to do is to look at our current services and how we can work with the nonprofits, the government, and the for-profits, get some funding in. There's a lot of funding that's not being tapped. At the federal level, on the state level, even the county. There's a lot of staff that could be trained off the administration and there's a lot of funding there. What we need to do is shore up our nonprofits and figure out which, they're doing a tremendous job with how little they have. And if we can get to the point where we can actually figure out the plans and the benchmarks and then put money into those action plans where we can actually know what the successes are. What are we trying to do to feel that we've been successful? We can look at partnerships. And I would be willing to raise taxes because that's to the point where we should, but I feel like there's money out there that's not being tapped. The other thing I would want to say about the nonprofits is that we need to look at a biennial budget system because every year the nonprofits are spending so much time and energy coming back to the council, waiting for money. So we can make it so much easier if we went to a state system of a biennial budget.
John, same question. Individuals, families, communities, and our social services agencies are stressed to the max. What are your plans to address the considerable burdens on our social infrastructure? Part 2 of this, are you willing to raise property taxes?
That's a really good question, and to answer it in 2 minutes is really tough. So what I'll do is I'll hit on a few things. One, we have in the state the best funding to our nonprofits in the state. And in fact, just one sector is the Kukuna. I tried to get some services for my mom on the mainland when she had some heart problems and needed the stuff that we do here, we take for granted here. They don't do that. They don't do that, and I know in Southern California, you would think Southern California, with all the money that's there, that they will do that. They don't have anywhere near the services that we have for our Kukuna. In fact, when we go to the National Association of Counties and talk to our peers around the state, around the country, Maui has the best elderly care in the nation. I'm very proud to say that I helped and approve the funding for that. It's very important that we take care of our Kukunas, and we're having a lot of people move in here to retire here. So that's just getting bigger and bigger. There are many other areas, homeless especially. That's the other end. We need to get affordable housing and also home in place, where they have a place that they can store their belongings and go to their jobs and feel safe and secure. Then we can work on rehabilitation and getting them the services they need. We have all the services they need. It's just we're at capacity. As far as raising taxes, just a quick fact is that of all the homeowner taxes we raise about $20 million in taxes from all the homeowners on Maui. That pays for about 1/3 of the police department. The rest is done through businesses, hotels, long-term rental homes. All of them.
Thank you, Don. For those of you who are standing in line or having conversations off to the side, I'd like to ask you to please be respectful not only of our candidates, but also of the people in the audience who came here to hear what they have to say. By all means, have a good time, enjoy your conversations, but just keep it down. Thank you. Our last question, all the candidates will answer this question, and you have 1 minute. And that is, what would you like voters to know about you? Kelly?
Okay, 1 minute. I would like you to know that I've been on this island for 37 years. I have a vast experience not only as a wife and a mother who raised 2 children, born and raised on Maui, but as a business owner, as an environmental advocate, as an active nonprofit board member, and former public official, and I served on the State Board of Education for 4 years back in the 90s. And what's really important to me is that people know I'm not looking for a job. I have a job. What I'm looking for is an opportunity to serve Maui and to step up, because this is such an important election on our home front here in the county. We have a chance to make real change, real positive change. I don't believe that the county council position is reactive. I believe in getting involved in the community, to learn what's going on, making informed decisions, and working with all of you to making things happen. And I'm an action-oriented person. I get things done. So I want you to know that. I respectfully ask for your vote. And thank you very much for having me.
Don, what would you like Maui voters to know about you?
Well, I'm in my 6th year as a county council member. It's a 3rd term. We have 5 terms, term limit. I feel I've done quite a bit in my 6 years I've been there, and I need to continue on. As you've heard, there's plenty of issues still to go. I would love for it to be, in 2 years you can solve all the problems you can. You have to just move right along. I started off, I'm very proud with the fact that we started off with the Maui Island Plan in my first 2 years. We've got the Maui Island Plan set, so where we have said this is how we want to start planning our communities. Recently, we worked very hard with the Maui Invasive Species Committee. We put in an extra $1.2 million to just work on eradicating kobe frogs. We know it's going to take a while. We know it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. I just want to let you know I've been out there running the marathon for a long time. Mahalo. I ask you for your vote on November 8th.
Thank you. Everybody, many thanks to the candidates for the South Maui Speech.